Hi Gemini, this is Aqua Moonlight. Thank you so much for tuning back in, or welcome if you are new here. So today we're going to go ahead and do your reading. This is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and Jupiter. And we're going to see what Spirit wants you to know, what Spirit wants you to hear. This could be spiritual guidance on your path. This could be for career, love, advice, whatever Spirit wants to bring up for you. So we're going to leave it open. And of course, just take what resonates with you, Gemini, and let's get into it. Please consider hitting that like button if you do enjoy the reading. It helps the channel so much, and I'd really appreciate it, and it helps people to find the reading. All right, so let's see. Gemini, what are the messages for you right now? Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and Jupiter in Gemini. We have winter. Take care of your needs. So for some of you, I'm getting this almost like stuck energy, like gum, like sticky gum for some reason. So it feels like there is a light bulb moment for you here, Gemini. If you haven't had this happen, this could be something that could come in for you, a light bulb moment. And I definitely feel like right now is a time for you to focus on yourself. It seems like I'm hearing your own gift of you. So being authentically you. We have be brave and honest, the Knight. Yeah, I feel this won't be for everyone, but for some of you, there could be almost like some type of dangerous territory, or it doesn't have to be dangerous, but I mean, it could be some territory that you could tread into that Spirit is not wanting you to go into right now. And we'll see what else comes up and what that could be. But I definitely feel like there could be some pretty big change happening for you in your life, where it's almost like there could be a confrontation, or there's just an internal shift here that's going to require your strength, your honesty, and your bravery. But it feels like you're going to I'm hearing allow yourself to receive. So you may even be going through here, Gemini, some changes when it comes to how open and receptive you are to receiving. Yeah, and I'm getting a message, and again, I know this won't be for everyone, but for some of you who feel like you're going against the grain somehow, or you feel like maybe people around you are not agreeing with you, it's important that you do listen to what you feel and listen to yourself right now. Shift your perception. Take time to reflect. Yeah, I'm hearing, not everyone needs your energy, or not everyone needs a piece of this. So this could kind of go two ways. If you feel that you've been a little bit too either enmeshed in someone else's energy, or if this is to do with you having to there's a cycle, and this came up for another sign too. I mentioned, I forgot who it was, but there's a cycle here for you. And it feels like this cycle is blocking you a little bit from your abundance in some type of way. And for some of you, it's like there's going to be this light bulb moment, like I said, where either you're going to have a relief from something by maybe communication, or there's going to be a change in the way that you confront certain issues or certain things in your life. And they're showing me a rainbow after this. So it kind of feels like this time for you, after you confront and reflect on something, the rainbow is here to indicate a level of recovery and the light kind of at the end of the tunnel in certain ways for you. So yeah, for some of you, you're knocking on a certain door, which I feel with this shift your perception, it could be more of like a mental door, if that makes sense, more of an emotional or mental door. that maybe requires you again to be brave and honest about your feelings, about your thoughts, about a situation right now. And they're showing me that this door, excuse me, could be a cycle that you've been in. So I feel like if you feel like you've been stuck in some certain way, that can be where that change is coming for you. The star at the bottom, yeah. I feel like, again, recovery. The star can be recovery, it can be healing. So there's a lot of recovery and healing coming into your life here, Gemini. And I do feel like this is time to almost like, again, I'm getting relief. So it's like sighing a sigh of relief because you can feel more at peace within yourself. But I do think this is going to require you to go within and take care of yourself right now. And for some of you, again, not for everyone, there may have been some attachment you had, especially a family member I'm getting, but it could have been anything else. But it's been, there's like an attachment here that you has made you kind of feel like you've been moving in a box, and you've been kind of circling around it, and it kind of felt like you could never get out of that certain box. So that could be something that I feel you're realizing what you need to do to remove yourself from it, or to shift the way that you see the situation. Two of Wands coming through here too. Yeah, I'm getting a strong message that there is more abundance somewhere else. So however that's going to resonate with you, if it's something that you are removing yourself from, if it's a change in direction, whatever it is, you kind of would intuitively know what it is, because it seems like your intuition's wanting you to be honest about this certain thing. And so what Spirit wants you to know is that with the star here, there is going to be a wealth of abundance that's going to feel better than where you currently are now. And I feel like this is almost like I'm getting catching up. So I don't know if you were out of commission somehow, whatever that means, from something, or you kind of felt like you were not making those moves. It's like I'm hearing Spirit say you're getting back some type of groove. So with the star, it's like you're getting back into a certain level of brightness, like I said, with the light at the end of the tunnel here too. So it seems like things are looking up for you here, Gemini, and they will be continuing to. The World, yes. And here's the Hanged Man coming up at the bottom of the deck. And I'm hearing for some of you, it is definitely time to be a bit more selfish. And that's why we have this take care of your needs. So if you feel like you need to even, because with the Two of Wands, you see this woman kind of waving goodbye. So I'm not sure if this is something literal or metaphorical, but maybe it's even something that you feel like I have to say goodbye to this, or I have to leave home, you know, which doesn't have to be, of course, literal, but it's like a feeling of this cycle now is complete and I am worth more, or I can have more for my life. So it's time for me to pursue that now. There's something like that coming through here for you with the Hanged Man. And again, maybe taking some time to be a bit more selfish, even if it's just temporary. With the star here, I see that you're really needing to focus on your own needs, your own desires, your own future. The Ten of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So lots of major cards coming up for you here. The World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the Hanged Man. Yeah, I feel like there's a situation, I'm hearing Spirit say, seize it. Seize this opportunity. It's almost like I feel there's this, I feel some of you actually could have a really significant opportunity coming in. Wow, Judgment too. It could be a job. It could be something related to career. It could even be love with the Ten of Cups here. There's some significant opportunity that's going to present itself to you that you can't refuse or you can't resist. And I feel like Spirit's saying, seize this opportunity, seize this moment. And this opportunity here, though, Gemini, is going to be a bit different than what you're used to. And that could be where the Two of Wands comes in. It's like there's a change in the wind, a change in direction that somehow maybe was delayed for a while. And this is going to be definitely testing your strength in certain ways. I do feel with this judgment here and that be brave and honest, it could even be that you do have to, again, kind of make some type of decision with the Wheel of Fortune or the Heart and the Judgment card, or you're going to be pulled into a certain direction that requires your strength and your courage to pursue this. But I don't know why I keep getting it's like something pretty major. So the Hermit now too, and the Strength card. So almost all major arcana cards for you. Yeah, it's really, I feel for a lot of you, I'm not sure if you're going on some type of spiritual quest or journey, but I said that the other day too. I don't know why I kind of think keeps coming through. I kind of feel like with the Hermit, it feels like this is, you're on some type of new spiritual journey and quest, or you're soon to be, which again is very significant. It feels like a big chapter closing in your life and opening into a new one. So it could be a big life change, it could be a big life event, or even just if it's not that, it's something within your spiritual path right now that is significantly altering your direction in a positive way though. And with this, take time to reflect, take care of your own needs, and the Hermit. It does feel kind of like a solo path, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be alone. It's more of like a path that you're taking, that you're choosing for yourself, and that your intuition and your higher self, I'm hearing too, is helping to guide you down this certain really important path, especially if it requires you to detach yourself from something, or to even just go on, kind of like with the shift your perception here too. Maybe you're deciding, it's just an example, but maybe you're deciding, I want to change my whole lifestyle, or I want to change my career path, or I want to pursue something that is quite different, or is going to make your life very different, your lifestyle, your day-to-day very different even. So that's for some of you. For someone very specific, you could be a writer, especially children's books I'm hearing, or even just any type of writer. It doesn't have to be children's books, but that's just for somebody who needs that confirmation. And I'm getting that song by Fleetwood Mac, Landslide. And it almost feels, again, I keep picking up this energy of like leaving home. So I don't know if that's what you actually are doing, or it's just like kind of a metaphor for kind of that moment when you leave home, maybe for the first time. It kind of feels like you're going on a new journey. So the Mentor. Yeah, see the empty room coming up at the bottom, and the desert. That's exactly what I was going to say too. Kind of feels like you're going on like this vision quest, this empty desert, but not in a way, it really, again, with the Mentor, the Hermit, some of you could be either consulting a mentor, but it's you actually. No, I think it's you. You could even be going through a very deep spiritual transformation, or you're soon to kind of enter into this void almost, but not a void where you feel empty necessarily, even though you could. Because the Hermit, traditionally doesn't have any like tools around him. It's just him, his inner voice, his higher self, his connection to spirit, and really knowing himself. So that's where I think that a lot of you are going to be on this road of like almost feeling a bit alone, but you don't necessarily feel like you're alone, because you're deepening the connection to yourself and to spirit, So if it's not something practical that you're doing, such as becoming a mentor, becoming somebody who's guiding other people, it feels like you are doing this yourself, and you're going to be moving into this journey where you don't necessarily feel like you have to take everything with you anymore. You don't feel like you are needing to fit in that box that I mentioned before. It's like there's this sense of, with the Star here too, and the Hermit, it kind of feels like a sense of a certain light opening for you, like the star at the top of this card, and you enter into it. You feel like you're pulled into the starlight. So, but the starlight is very empty. I hope that makes sense. Kind of like a void again, but it's a void, but it's also a good void, because helps you to shift out of any bad habits or shift out of any maybe situations that were not identifying with your true soul anymore. And that's definitely what I'm getting here. So yeah, definitely for you, Gemini, this is a highly spiritual time, and even maybe a solo time for you. But you also, again, they're pointing back to that you may have to make a choice with the desert here and the hanged man, maybe even something practical, such as I mentioned before, maybe with the Two of Wands, like, do I stay in this current job, or do I pursue a path that is going to require me to maybe take some time off to consider this, or do I pursue a more aligned path to my spiritual side? Something like that for some of you, I feel. I'm hearing your guides say you've set the bar too low for yourself. So that won't be for everyone, but for some of you, if you've been setting the bar too low, you know, you think that you only belong somewhere that maybe is limiting you, there's so much more. See, look at that, the poet. Definitely for some of you, if it's not writing, it's just like there's so much to express within you. See how it's like this dark silhouette, and then there's like this kind of ball here. There's something so much in this reading for you, Gemini, about your inner world coming to light, your true, even things that you've, maybe for some of you, it's almost like with the ocean, it's something very deep. Maybe this time, Pisces season, could be really very deep for you, very transformative for you, very psychic time for you as well, maybe. It just feels like you're diving into the ocean of your soul, like, if that makes sense. I know it's a kind of a deep reading, but that's what I'm getting here. And you are wanting to show all those parts of you. Could even be trauma healing. I'm getting all these birds, something that you're recognizing, quieting the mind enough or disconnecting enough from something to hear the call of those parts of you that want to be expressed. Okay. And on a more practical note, again, I'm getting some of you could be starting over somehow in your life. You're moving into a new territory, or you're relocating, or you are, for someone here too, if you have been single, well, either two things. If you've been single for a long time, but you have not wanted to date anybody, you have not wanted to, you know, fall in love with anybody, you've been maybe having fear of that. Or if you've been in a relationship for a very long time and you're newly single, one of the two, I feel like you are wanting to kind of deepen your connection to yourself so that you can put yourself out there again in a more authentic way in the, you know, love world or the romance world. Because it feels like with the Ten of Cups here, you really want to connect deeply and authentically and intimately with a partner if you're single. And I think that that's a realization that's coming in. Even for some of you, this could pick up on a person around you. If that doesn't sound like you, there could be someone very connected to you who has been going through a profound shift of this here, where they're realizing where they've held themselves back emotionally, and maybe even they needed space or time. But it's almost like that feeling of, let me go on my own. You know, like if you're holding a child's hand and you're crossing the road, and then the child lets go of the hand and says, I want to do it myself. Something like that I'm getting here with that reference of the leaving home again. Something that feels like it maybe is reminiscent of that. Or maybe some of you do have children that are leaving home, and you are kind of going through a change within yourself because of that, maybe. But it can also be like, again, metaphorically, I think for most of you, it's like you're kind of going full circle to that moment again when you left home, but this time it's like a spiritual leaving a home. Gemini. And I'm hearing unapologetic too. So maybe you being unapologetically yourself. We have the owl, magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Yes. And this card I had seen earlier and I saw it twice, so I'm going to take it out. The White Stag, Protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. So that makes a lot of sense here too. And I think I said this for Libra. Some of you could have Libra in your chart maybe, but there's a feeling of you're finally awakening to a certain deeper gift that you have spiritually, or you're finally awakening to the magic within you. And this has been calling you for some time. And so some of you could even be embarking on a new spiritual quest. Maybe you're dabbling into a new, like some new spiritual tool, or you're just, something here is opening, a path is opening for you to begin to find out the truth kind of yourself. And so this is a highly intuitive and spiritual time with the ocean here too. So your dreams, this could be a strong connection right now to spirit, especially if you feel called more so to spend time alone. That's an indication of your higher self wanting you to actually disconnect, even like from social media or electronics. Just spend time alone right now in nature, because there's something within you that wants to really like tell itself or tell a story. Okay. So I hope that this could help you, Gemini. Definitely let me know, please, in the comments if this connected and how it connected. It really helps me to tune into your energy better for future readings, and I'd love to hear. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this could help, and lots of love.